What's up everyone, Brad here with the Money Dad channel. In this video I'm going to talk about CleanSpark. This is a microgrid company that also mines Bitcoin now. New development in the company over the last few months. They were a microgrid company that I was very interested in because of their revenue doubling year over year. I found them in a stock screener on E-Trade. So I was really interested in I was looking for a micro cap company that had incredible revenue growth year over year. Got into them around $9 a share. So I know a lot of you guys on this channel are interested in this company, so I want to review it because a lot of things have changed on this stock chart and this pattern that we've been following on this stock chart since we last drew out that wedge with the price target. We had this little correction. We've had a couple of good days in a row now. So I want to go over this price prediction and this pattern, kind of clean it up and maybe get a new price target as well. All right, so let's jump into this chart. So you can see like these lines are just outdated now, right? Like we've busted through the top resistance here of this line. We've broken down underneath this support. It's just not working anymore as this current wedge is set up, right? So let's move around these lines. Let's create a new pattern. So first of all, the easy one is let's take this overhead resistance and just move it up, right? Oh, that's not it right there. That's the support. Grab the overhead resistance, move it up so that we don't have any candlesticks outside of the pattern anymore, right? So we're moving that overhead resistance so that this top candlestick, this high right here, is now touching that resistance. Okay, so now we have a we've moved our channel a little bit. We've turned our wedge into more of a kind of ascending channel, but we still have this problem down here where our little correction in the stock market kind of broke through the support, right? So we need to move our support now to represent what the new support is. So we look at, looks like we have a good cluster here of what looks like a floor right there. We have what looks like another floor right here. So we're going to move this line to kind of match all of those touch points down there and see if we can get them all to kind of line up, right? So now that I've kind of moved it down, it does look like it's going to match up with this candlestick or maybe this one right here. It's pretty close either way, but this is looking really good as our new floor, right? We have kind of three touch points right here in this cluster of candlesticks. We have this wave up and a wave down. This cluster of candlesticks right here has a nice touch point, and then this wave up and then back down, we have a cluster of candlesticks that touch this support a couple of times. So this support is looking really good now, and it looks more like a bull flag, right? So whereas before we had that bull pennant type setup, now we have a bull flag. That's actually more bullish for this stock. A bull flag has a higher percentage of breaking out and reaching our price target than a bull pennant does. So now that we have all of these touch points kind of cleaned up, it's nice and pretty. We got these two touch points up top, that looks good. We've got these three touch points down bottom on the support, that looks really good as well. This actually looks even better for CleanSpark going forward because this is now looking like a bull flag, whereas before we had a bull pennant or a wedge type pattern. A bull flag is more bullish. It has a higher percentage of reaching its price target than a bull pennant does. So this is a very good thing. So we might have been a little early on the bull pennant. We may have just needed to wait for this bull flag to play out. But when you're tracking a stock every single day, you're going to see all kinds of patterns form, right? And some of them are going to play out and some of them aren't. So whereas we had that wedge before, we really just needed to wait for this bull flag to form, and we didn't know that it was going to be a bull flag, right? We can't predict the future. We don't know what the pattern is going to be. We were working with what we had at the time. That bull pennant had a fake out. It was that breakout right here. This big green candlestick broke out above the top of the wedge, and then it broke back down into it with that little stock market correction that we had last week, and now we are bouncing back up. It's looking more like a bull flag now than a bull pennant. We didn't know that last week, right? So we were working with what we had. Now what we have is a bull flag, which is even better. So that's why I wanted to make this video for you guys, because the flag shaping up here has a higher chance of reaching its price target. So why don't we move our price target now, get a new price target, and also know that a little bit more confidence behind it that, you know, bull flags have a higher percentage than bull pennants of reaching those price targets. So you can see we have our blue line, this diagonal line up in the top right of the screen. That was our old price target that we were using from this bottom. We thought that this wave right here was going to be our bottom. That is clearly not our bottom anymore. So we just move this line to our new bottom, right? So if we think this wave down is our bottom, we'll take this candlestick right here as our bottom, move this line to sit right there on the bottom of that wave. And if we think we're heading up, we're going to break out of this flag and head to our price target, then we just follow this line right here and we get a price target of $64. And this price target is projecting May 5th for the timeline here. So we're talking all of March, all of April, and a little bit of May, right? So we're talking a little bit more than 2 months, or at the time of this recording, it's almost exactly 2 months. So, you know, this stock is currently trading at $29, and we're projecting $64 to the upside. So that's more than 100% gains on CleanSpark over the next 2 months. So super bullish on CleanSpark from a long-term perspective from me as an investor, but there's also a short to medium term trade here that could be insanely profitable as long as this pattern plays out. More than 100% upside over the next 2 months. So incredible stuff here on CleanSpark. Like I said, they're in the microgrid industry. They're in the Bitcoin industry now. Those two industries, they've tied together. They're doing wonderful things there. The idea is they're taking their microgrid technology where they make energy more efficient, and they're showcasing that by mining Bitcoin at a super efficient rate, right? The primary expense for mining Bitcoin is energy. It's electricity. So they mine Bitcoin with their microgrid technology. They show the world that they can mine it at an incredibly cheap rate. And that does two things. That brings in more revenue because they're mining Bitcoin, right? They're generating revenue from the Bitcoin, but they're also showing the world, hey, we have a technology here that is incredible. So it's kind of twofold. They're helping one part of their business with the other. It's fantastic. So I'm super bullish on this company long term. Super bullish on this company short term with this pattern, with the caveat that because they're mining Bitcoin now, the risk here is that part of this company is going to be tied to the price of Bitcoin. That's kind of the risk, you know, that we're taking here now that we're in CleanSpark. This wasn't a risk before when I started investing in this company, you know, 6 months ago or whatever it was. That wasn't a thing because this company was not in Bitcoin. But now that they are, I do think it's better for the company, but there is an added risk that, hey, if Bitcoin goes up or down, this stock is going to be slightly tied to the price of that Bitcoin, right? Now, all that said, there's another YouTuber out there called Rex Finance. He did a fantastic video on this. He thinks that whether Bitcoin goes up or down, that's going to be great for CleanSpark because of their microgrid technology. They're showcasing how efficient they can generate electricity, right? So if Bitcoin goes down, all of these other Bitcoin miners or cryptocurrency miners are going to be looking for more efficient ways to mine it because right, if the revenue from mining goes down, they need to lower their expenses as well, right? So they're going to look for cheaper ways to mine. In comes CleanSpark. We have a cheaper way for you to mine. We know how to reduce the cost of electricity and energy and things like that. So thought that was a really cool concept from Rex Finance. I will link his channel and that video in the description below if you guys want to check that out. Please do. He's a good YouTuber. He's kind of the unofficial spokesman for CleanSpark on YouTube. You know, I've been following him for a while. I've learned a lot from him. So check him out, guys. And I think we're going to make a lot of money in CleanSpark going forward. Hey, let's hope for it, right? This is a really bullish pattern on the chart. But like I said earlier, I'm also just generally bullish on this company as a long-term investment as well. All right, that's all I got, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber yet, consider hitting the subscribe button. I do stock chart pattern analysis. We do price targets based on these patterns on this channel. I also do live streams at night occasionally, and I also do weekly stock market reviews. I try to post them on the weekend or around, you know, the beginning or end of a week, something like that. And last thing, if you guys want to join my button, if you see that join button under the video, that will get you access to my live streams after I've recorded them or after I've been streaming. You can watch the recorded live streams anytime you want. And you also get access to my buys and sells, my trades in near real time. I post these YouTube community posts with what I'm thinking for my trades, my buys and sells. So if you want to know what I'm doing with my account, my buys and sells, then please consider joining the channel. I think it's $2.99 a month, and you would be supporting me and my family, so I would thank you so much for doing that. All right, that's all I got, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.